Why are people outside today? Like any other day, I don't know if I can do that. It doesn't matter. So I am just home. Everybody else is at work. Y'all, when I tell you that I've been experiencing growing pains like throughout my 20s, I'm not exaggerating. I feel like I have been figuring it out forever. That is not an understatement. It's been tough. It has been. I look so tired. I always look tired. Right now I am contemplating taking some pictures or shooting a video for fashion content. But I've kind of found myself in a space of just wanting to talk more about wellness, mental wellness. I literally just brought a package inside and the Amazon guy left it like right out in the open. Like in the open, right out the gate. And any random Joe Schmo could have just come in here and taken the package. Because it's happened before, even when it was inside the gate. So I'm like, why would you leave it right outside, you know? I was just thinking to myself, like, everyone is getting older, everything is changing in life, we're all growing up, and sometimes when I look back on my earlier 20s, I have all these different thoughts about what I should have done differently, what I could have done differently, when it comes to like my career path, the way I saw my future, the way I people pleased and listened to everybody under the sun. Just all these different thoughts, you know, and everything in hindsight is always 2020. Like, you know, if I knew then what I know now, then of course things would be different. But I think sometimes we have to give ourselves grace for the things that we don't know, and just try to understand that, like, it's not your fault for not being wiser when you're living in the present. You can only be wiser tomorrow. And I think that can, in a way, be reflective of, like, of course, what you do in the future after you get to know what you get to know. So, like, 26, 27-year-old me is obviously not going to be the same as 30-year-old me, hopefully. Certain lessons that I've learned are going to be implemented in my future. Like, I'm not just going to be making any rash decisions or doing anything that, of course, isn't reflective of the lesson that I learned at 20 something. So I don't know if I'm making much sense. I'm sure I am, obviously, but I just think about, like, myself, my friends, my family, like, just looking at all of us and seeing where we are in our lives, and just realizing too, like, we all don't know really how things have been for one another. Adulting is so not it. Like, I need somebody to to take this receipt if I could find it and just take adulthood back. I don't want it. It's ghetto here. Like, I'm sorry. 2 stars. 1.5 stars out of 5, actually. That's where my adulting is at this current point in my life. It's not where I want to be. Sometimes, or I had updates, like good ones, but sometimes I'm scared to, like, even announce certain things because I feel like it's gonna be short-lived. Like, it's not gonna last long, and then I'm gonna have to come up with another update and be like, never mind, like, things were going too good, here's why it didn't continue. I don't know. Oh, I accidentally just started recording. I don't have much time, but hey guys, good afternoon. I'm using my phone right now to vlog. Hopefully the quality is clear, but I'm gonna just do a little mini vlog today, a little Monday vlog. Oof, I don't know what's been going on, but my hands have been hurting, like my wrist slash hands. Like, I feel pain all right here, so I think it's been happening for just a couple of days now, and I'm not sure when it happened. I just know that it happened like um was it Friday night? I think it was Friday night. I like came home and I was just like finishing up my hair or fixing my hair, and after I did that my hands just started hurting. So I'm pretty sure I'm having early signs of arthritis, which is not okay at 20 something. I haven't done one of these in a while and it feels a little awkward, but I want to get back into the motion of connecting with you guys via vlogs, mini vlogs. I know some time ago I said I wasn't going to do them, but I think more so travel vlogs, because I don't travel that often and they're a lot of work to edit. But here I am, just washing some dishes on a Monday. Usually Mondays are supposed to be chill for me. I don't really do, I'm not supposed to be doing much, but like just having me time, taking care of myself. But lately, that's not what happens. I end up either having to do something, help out with something. But anyway, let me just stop vlogging right now because I'm still washing the dishes. And then I will catch you guys with the camera, not the phone camera. Oh my gosh, oh, my wrist is killing me. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to vlog today. There's a bit of commotion going on outside my door, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this in the way that I imagined, which is kind of like calm and collected. So basically I don't know what this video is about. I know that there are things that I need to start doing to figure out my life. And one of those things is cleaning my room. It just doesn't look welcoming at all. I know that for me, clutter is a problem because it impacts like the way I feel. It can stress me out more. It can make me even more anxious. And I think when my room is a mess, it's definitely a reflection of what I'm dealing with. I feel like I haven't been able to deal with things very well, and it's translated into a really messy environment because nothing feels linear right now. So it's kind of made me, oh Lord, I don't know what I'm trying to do here. It's kind of made me neglect parts of my life that shouldn't be neglected, like my bedroom, like my bed. And yeah, as I'm getting older, as I'm getting closer to that big 3-0, I have realized that there are things about myself that I'm still learning, that I'm still unlearning. And life just seems very real and unreal at the same time. This is harder than I thought it would. I think because people are home. Today is supposed to be a chill day, and one of the hardest things about making these videos is I wish I could do it in a more like, I don't know, like in an atmosphere that just feels a little bit more chill, and there's like this calming aesthetic to it that, you know, besides just my bed. I'm trying, y'all. I really am, to make a video. When I tell you I'm struggling to make this video, it is not an understatement. I am struggling. You know what? I'm looking outside and I'm like, let's film this in the car. I'm gonna grab my camera. I'm gonna put it on my portable tripod, and we're gonna film this video. And I'm gonna try to make something of today for YouTube so that I'll have something to post, but also something that I want to post. Yeah, let's do this. Why is this locked? I have no idea. I cannot even see myself, but I'm gonna go sit in my brother's car. Woo!
Let's step on it. The campfire is cold.
Ew. I just stepped on one of those thingies. I don't see your wallet. Here you go.
Thanks.
I have no idea how to work my brother's car. It's a start and okay. Is it gonna let me? Oh my god. I just need to roll down the window. I need air. But then you guys could probably hear the outside. Okay, now how do I stop it? Oh, that's so cool. Okay. Okay, so the coast is finally clear. And my neighbor went back inside. I was literally waiting for the longest, y'all, to start videoing. Lies. He's still out here. Oh my god. Okay. We'll just film like this. But if you guys were to look up the definition of slow burn, my picture would be there. I guarantee. Oh my god, somebody's coming. I'm not used to doing this at all. Why are people outside today? Like any other day, I don't know if I can do that. It doesn't matter. Let's conquer. Oh, I can't talk. We have a contractor over today, so. Okay, MJ, just get out your head. Basically, I was trying to say that I realized that a lot of things in my life have happened over time. When I think about my past, when I was younger in school, a lot of things happened for me later. Like the girls started getting more womanly, if you get my drift. A lot earlier, I would be looking at all the girls who understood what a pad was and how to use one. And I'd be like, I'm not there yet. But then eventually I got there and I was like, return it. I don't want this anymore. This was not worth the hype. Everybody wanted to act like getting to this point in their womanhood was so great. This is not it. And then at some point, you know, my friends started getting jobs, going off to college, yada, yada, yada. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Finally, you know, went for my associates. And I actually liked college to a degree, like the taste of it that I had, because I actually would go to the library to study. I started studying a little bit more seriously, especially after I switched my major from diagnostic sonography to information technology, which let's not talk about that right now. I started to feel a little bit more confident in what I was choosing for my path for my career. And then after I graduated, I was struggling to find a job because every company wants like 20 years of experience before they hire you. And it's like, okay, so were you expecting me to get that for free? But thanks to my mom and thanks to support from my family, I was able to land like a volunteer internship thing at a hospital working with an IT manager. And I actually did pretty well, but it didn't turn into like a permanent thing. And I wasn't really sure I wanted to work in a hospital anyway, but the setting wasn't terrible. I think I could have done it. And then after working in the hospital, I actually landed a really nice starter contract job at a jewelry company, which is really popular or well known. And I had really a great team of people working with me. And around that time, I was still struggling to figure out if I really wanted to do what I was doing. Again, people are outside today. My friends, you know, they were also getting started on their career path. Some of them had already started their career path. One of my friends actually and we both ended up quitting our job around the same time. And then she got another job, and then shortly after she got another job, I got another job. So we were both kind of like struggling together, which felt like, okay, I'm not alone. But then after I got this job, and this is not at all where I thought this video was going, but after I got this job, it was also contract, everyone quit. in my team. Long story short, everyone quit in my team. I was the only one who stayed. We're gonna have to continue this after they pull out. So as I was saying, everyone quit on my team, and this was really around the time that the pandemic started. So it really, really got to me because initially I was already anxious about like the commute to work, but then I started getting anxious because as things started to lock down and close down, we were all concerned about like work and working remotely. And I had only had a little experience working remotely prior to from the other job that I had. But that was usually in person, so I would commute for like 40 minutes to that job, but this job was closer. And so I had to take public transportation, which I hated, the bus. But now we were all concerned because everyone's dying from COVID. And what are we going to do? Do you guys expect us to come to work and come down in this basement and work? To our relief, we got to work from home. So for several months, going into my second year working at this company, I was working from home. But sometimes when you're working remotely, the interaction with yourself and your team is different. People can be a little bit more disconnected. You don't know if people are actually pulling their weight. I really got tested on this job. I actually feel like I experienced a bit of like toxic work behavior from some teammates, and then just things were not handled the best. But like I said, everyone left and I stayed. I decided to stay and keep helping the company with this application that they were trying to launch or had launched. And this is me dealing with anxiety. This is me dealing with, you know, just the effects of what isolation can do during a pandemic. And I had times when I felt so alone only because after work, I wish I could go and hang out with my friends, but you have someone in your household who can get sick easily from the coronavirus. So I really had to think about, yes, keep it moving, dude. I really had to think about my loved ones. It was really tough. So I feel like my anxiety really took a beating during that time. And then finally, I just felt like I can't do this contract job anymore, so I quit. And I know when I quit my first job, that was for different reasons, but I remember just how supportive my manager was on my first job and how much she wanted me to stay. My other managers wanted me to stay. My team expressed like sadness for me leaving, and I'm not saying I wanted people groveling or like begging on their knees for me to stay at this job, but you would think that after I stayed and after I tried being loyal to the company that I would have been fought for a little bit harder to like get a more permanent position, because that's what it looked like. I don't know. It's a long story, y'all, but I've been struggling to adult. I've been struggling to find my way, and a lot of people don't know what I've been dealing with, and I don't have to sit on here and talk about my personal life, but I'm choosing to kind of let you guys in a little bit more than I ever thought I would. For almost 2 years, I was unemployed. And then I finally landed another job thanks to a friend. And we'll talk about that experience another time. Without going much into it, things are just not that awesome right now when it comes to my career. But I look at my friends, I look at other people my age, even younger, who look like they have it together. I'm sure behind the scenes people are struggling, but I'm also sure behind the scenes people are not. It's okay to admit that some people just have it together, and it's okay to admit that you don't. Hopefully this isn't like super long-winded, but it just made me realize like I am a slow burner. There are other things in my life I'm not going to get into again that took a while for me to finally reach, and it's nice to get to a point where I feel like okay, like things are starting to fall into place for me, but the timing of things are so off. Like I'm not able to enjoy certain parts of my life that I should be rejoicing over because I'm still struggling to figure out like what it is that I'm doing. But I was reading something, and it said be comfortable with waiting a little longer for the things you deserve. And it got me to thinking, I have been patient enough. I've cried a lot of tears. I've prayed a lot of prayers, and I've also lacked praying because I've been struggling. And there have been times when I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm glad I waited. And I'm glad that God answered my prayers when He did. I'm glad that things finally happened for me when they did. But it never just seems constant. Sometimes I'm afraid to announce things ahead of time, because positive things or good news ahead of time, because it never seems to last. Something always happens that makes me go, oh, I knew it was too good to be true. I'm at a point in my life where I'm trying to figure out not just my career path, I'm trying to figure out myself, just like MJ, who is Mary Jane. I'm trying to figure out my relationships. I'm trying to get accustomed, or I'm trying to adapt to changes in my relationships. I'm trying to adapt to life and dealing with trauma when it comes to abandonment and other trauma that I have not really healed from. I'm trying to come to terms with the fact that I needed therapy for a long time, and I finally did it. I finally did therapy. But I am not doing therapy at the moment. Probably should be doing therapy, but, or getting therapy. Doing therapy. Is it doing or getting? It's probably getting therapy. But yeah, this is really I am really letting y'all in here. So I'm gonna end this mini vlog sit down thing. But I think I need to be a trooper. I need to keep pushing. I'm the underdog in the movie of my life, and if I was the main character and I was watching myself, I would be so pushing for myself to have a happy ending. And that's not to sound self-absorbed, but I know the struggle that I've been through, and I know what doesn't make it onto social media, and I know that everyone has their own story to tell, and everyone has something that they're dealing with that they don't tell their loved ones, or they don't tell their friends. And sometimes I feel like the people closest to me don't really know me, because to be honest, I don't fully know myself yet, but there are parts of me I'm starting to know. But I'm trying to unlearn certain things, and I think in the process of growing up, some people are finding it hard to let go of the person that they've always perceived me to be, or little MJ that they've had in their mind that is not little MJ anymore. I know this video is all over the place, but I'm just trying to let y'all know that right now, I don't have it together, and I don't know when I will. But this is an outlet for me, and I hope that you guys can stick around and join me on this journey. This is a level of transparency that I don't know I will get to again in another video, but I'm glad that I was able to sit down with you guys and talk to you about my growing pains and my struggles, and from my brother's car. Stay tuned for more videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I should probably go drink some water now because I haven't today, and I need to, you know, feel like I have my life together, at least when it comes to hydration. So there's that. Okay, I'm talking a lot. Thank you guys for watching. Keep the love, keep it positive, and as always, I will be keeping it MJ. Toodaloo. Bye.